Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and other great people. Welcome to the Shoebox Podcast, the podcast that isn't a podcast, well, because Naruto isn't black. And if you didn't vote for Joe Biden, you aren't black either, apparently. I'm just kidding, bro. It doesn't really matter who you vote for. It's going to be what it is at the end of the day. Just keep stacking your bread and stay ahead. All right, so in today's episode of the Shoebox, I'm telling you right now, you got too many sneakers. You need to let them all go ASAP like Rocky. Don't box with me, though. Let's give a quick shout out to Carl Weathers. He was in the Rocky movies. Great actor, iconic. He played his role very well. In today's episode of the Shoebox Podcast, we're going to be getting into some topics. Black cats, breads, Yeezys, all the things released in the sneakers, and we might even get into some rap beat later on. So let's go ahead and get straight into it, because we need to talk about the disease that's been spreading like COVID. And I'm not talking about that pandemic. I'm talking about the black cat pandemic. It seems like all the stray cats have gotten out of the litter and gotten on your feet, bro. We have a lot of black cats dropping this year, guys. I think we have too many if you ask me. We have the Black Cat Jordan 5 expected for a holiday release this year in 2024. These are an all-black sneaker. No surprise, the Black Cat has been like that for years now. It's one of the more popular brands. It's one of the more popular models. For some reason, we love to gravitate towards all-black sneakers. But what I don't get is how come you need a black sneaker in every single model? Jordan 3s, Jordan 4s, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who cares, bro? Anything past 12, we don't care about them. I'm just kidding, bro. But let's look at the facts here, all right? Not only are we getting the Jordan 5 Black Cat, but we're also getting the Jordan 3 Black Cat. And the question is, why so many black sneakers? What are they preparing us for? An election? Like, come on, guys. It's like all of a sudden y'all want the black votes. Just another political job right there. But let's look at the previous Black Cat model, the one that everybody wants. Not really, because when it first dropped, nobody wanted the Jordan 4 Black Cats. It actually sat on shelves back in 2018. Nobody wanted these garbage sneakers. They sat there, they waited, they collected dust like your grandpa. Anytime I see someone wearing black cats, I just assume that they're wearing reps. But hey, do whatever you want to do with your money. I'm not going to tell you how to spend it, but I am saying that the obsession with the sneakers is quite horrendous. Everybody wants a pair of black cats. For some reason, if it's a Jordan 4, it automatically gets high value. And it's an all-black sneaker. The benefits of an all-black sneaker are amazing. I can understand why they release so many of them, because one, they go with every single outfit. Two, if they get dirty, you can't really tell. And three, it's black. It'll give you superpowers. And, you know, girls love black things. I'm just not trying to get canceled for that one. You know, and I think we really gotten to a point where the Black Cat name is starting to get very oversaturated. Y'all buy black sneakers like this because of the name and the resale value that you automatically associate with it. But why don't we give other black sneakers a chance? We praise black cats and clown black Air Forces. Black Air Forces literally have a meme. They have a schema that surrounds it. If you wear these, you're a thug. If you wear these, you're a criminal. You do illegal things. You live a dirty life. All because you're wearing black sneakers. But when people wear black cats, they have this aura of, oh my God, he's a sneaker collector. He's a swag head. He's got all these cool things. You're a hype beast, blase, blase. I'm just saying, keep things fair and equal. Because at this point, with Black Cat 4, Black Cat 3, Black Cat 5, and all the other black cats I have failed to name, we're going to be in a point where there are too many black sneakers, and y'all are just going to get bored of black sneakers in general. All black is simple. Yes, it's actually something done to make you look more attractive. Fun fact, if you wear all black, you automatically look like you lost weight. You look slimmer. Here's a hint for your next date. But all I'm saying is, why do we have so much love and anticipation for black cats? Have we ever tried a different color combination like black and red? And speaking of black and red, we have the Bread 4s dropping this month, February 17th. The anticipation is building and building and building. It's like the bread has finally got some good yeast, because the anticipation for the bread is starting to rise, and it's going to surprise a lot of people. We were expecting a shot drop to happen sometime this week. It was late January, early February, but that still hasn't happened. I think some stores are starting to release their early pairs, but there hasn't been a shock drop on the sneakers app. And that's what a lot of people have been waiting for. It seems like the hype is starting to re-arise and re-bubble up, because at first I thought these sneakers were going to be bricks. I'll be honest with you guys. I know they're one of the most anticipated sneakers in 2024, but it seemed like with the amount of early pairs on the market, the resale value was starting to drop more and more. But since they announced this potential shock drop, a lot of people have come back and they're like, oh my God, I can get these bread leather sneakers real quick. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens on February 17th. I'm not going to be personally buying them. I don't really need them. I'm not really the biggest fan of the new model. Like, I already have some breads. I don't need another set of them. But hey, do you? It's your money. What I want to do real quick is I want to compare two bread sneakers. I just need to understand something. I want you guys to help me out. A quick sneaker versus. So let's compare the Jordan 11 bread to the Jordan 4 bread, and let's just do some quick analysis, right? So the Jordan 4 bread is more black than these are. The Jordan 11 breads have a little bit of a white stripe at the bottom, and most of its red's concentrated on the sole, which I guess is cool for people that like to wear all black sneakers. I like the color patterns to be woven in between, like how they are on the Jordan 4 bread. You can also see on the Jordan 11 bread, there's an absence of gray, which I think fits better. I don't think black, red, gray, white, I don't think it's necessary. It works well on the Jordan 4, don't get me wrong, but I prefer a more simple color blocking. The more simple the color scheme is on a shoe, the better it is for me, especially when it comes to Jordans. Jordans aren't known for the crazy, outrageous colors. That's a Yeezy thing. That's a New Balance thing. These are more retro shoes. They don't do all that. Now, granted, I don't own any Jordan 11s, but I will say Jordan 4s aren't known for their comfort. They don't seem like the most comfortable basketball sneaker. Most of the time when I see people balling, most people are wearing Jordan 11s to me. So I'm going to go ahead and throw them the comfort bone as well. When it comes to style, I actually think 11s are a little bit easier to style than 4s because, once again, the simple color blocking. It's got a black top, white midsole, red on the bottom. It's a very easy flow when it comes to outfits. Whereas as far as the bread goes, when the bread gets put on feet, it gets a little moldy and stale. All right. Most of the time when you wear Jordan 4s, you have to wear baggier pants. You have to wear something that can cover the top of the shoe. I don't really think that these things are being Jordan 4s in terms of style, but that's a different debate for a different day. You could do what you want, do however you want with your money, but the breads are dropping February 17th. Will you be copying? Are you going to spend the money that you need to spend on these? The resale seems to be around $300-400. They're going to retail for about $200 around there. So go ahead and cop what you need to cop, guys. And speaking of sneaker releases, Yeezys are releasing once again. Adidas said they're trying to clear house on all of their Yeezys, right? Back in 2022, we saw that Ye and Adidas decided to part ways. Ye said some things, Adidas didn't like them. So they're like, hey, we're cutting you out from our partnership. Cool, whatever. All right. 2023 was a very slow year for Yeezys. I think it was like, what's going to happen with the brand? A lot of people moved on to other brands like New Balance and Asics. We got some Yeezys that dropped last year, but nothing that was going to shake the boat. You know what I mean? Like, we got foam runners that look the same as previous models. We got some 350s. We even got the Yeezy 450 slides, which were such a brick. I honestly thought, since there was a picture of Kim Kardashian wearing these on the internet, that they would sell out a little bit more. But they're only going under retail, which is absolutely insane. And I don't think they're very gender friendly, if I make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of dudes are not going to put on socks and wear these things. There's too much exposure. I think they're made for people who want to show their toes off. You know what I'm saying? And whoever wants to show their toes off, these are a great sneaker. But most sneakerheads are not trying to show their toes off. So I think that's why these bricked as hard as they did. It hasn't been confirmed exactly what Yeezys are going to release this year, but here are some things that I know people would love to see. The red Yeezy slides. We have an obsession when it comes to red and Yeezy, right? I know people are dying to see the Yeezy 1050 boots. Those were hinted at so many years ago. Offset got a pair, and we just want a pair too. And everybody and their mama wants the OG Yeezy 750s to drop once again. That would be a throwback to 2015. These were the sneakers that kicked off the Yeezy brand. A lot of people know that these things resell for thousands of dollars, and to be able to get your hand on some of the original pairs of Yeezys and what may potentially be the last Yeezy release from Adidas, we gotta get them, guys. I know everybody's craving for some. I'll go ahead and speak for the Yeezy community. We're good on 350s and we're good on foam runners. We don't need any more of those dropping, guys. The foam runner has been beaten and released to death, honestly. They've been replicated. Crocs are making a comeback. Other brands have started to become more outlandish and crazy. Like, nowadays, we live in a shock value culture. We don't need any more foam runner colorways right now. They're starting to replicate older models too, and it's not looking good. And we're also good on 350s as well. There's a 350 out there for every single sneakerhead. I don't care what you like. There's a 350 in every color pattern, every style. It's a comfortable shoe. If you want them, go ahead and buy them, but we do not need any more 350 releases. It's starting to taint the value of the original shoe. I know Kanye is going to drop some Yeezy Pods sometime this year. A lot of people have been getting their pre-orders in. I heard the sizing is absolutely ridiculous, But there's a chance that Ye might start going his own individual route. So maybe we'll see some new reiterations of the Yeezy 350. We have the V1, the V2. I'll be excited to see a V3. We might see some other new foam runners. You know, we saw some images floating of like the foam runner V2 for a while. So it'll be cool to see something different come out of the Yeezy brand this year. And speaking of sneaker brands trying to do something different, we have Croc collabs coming out of the wazoo. Everybody and their mama is getting a Croc collab. It's like you're on the Oprah show and you looked under your seat and boom, there's a Croc collab under your seat. We got Toy Story Crocs coming out. It's like Pixar and Disney are trying to make a comeback again. Is there a new Toy Story movie releasing this year? Is it like Toy Story 5, right? Yeah, there is a Toy Story 5 coming out soon. So maybe that's why they're releasing this Croc collab with Toy Story. We got A Friend in Me or The Snake in My Boot. I don't know, dog. Rock what you want to rock, but you can put those in the garbage if you ask me. We got SpongeBob Crocs. I don't know what's going on with SpongeBob. They have killed that show. There's too many spin-off shows of it, and SpongeBob isn't what it used to be. The nostalgia is gone, and these sneakers are not going to fulfill that nostalgia craze for me personally. They got Patrick Star Croc collabs coming out. Once again, chuck them in the garbage. And then they had to take the greatest anime of all time. The greatest anime of all time and give it a Croc collab as well. And no, Gen Z baby boy, I'm not talking about Jujutsu Kaisen. Who even watches that show? It is garbage. I haven't seen one. I already had a terrible game that came out recently, but yeah, we're getting some Naruto Crocs, all right? So obviously a Croc inspired by the main character, Naruto. I'll be honest, they did stick to the original design of Naruto's outfit. You know what I'm saying? It's orange, it's black, it's got the Uzumaki clan symbol on it. For the toe cap or whatever you call it on the front, it's got the Naruto headband. So that's really dope. That's really dope. Then on Sasuke's, it has that band that's around its hip. It's like a purple indigo. It comes with some cool charms on it. The Mangekyo Sharingan, some Shuriken. I'm not sure those are going to be included in the Croc box. We got ones inspired by Kakashi. It's inspired by the Jonin suit, which is dope. I like it. I like what they're trying to do, you know what I'm saying? And then they got ones for Jiraiya as well. That's cool. The Sannin himself, the deceased Sannin, gets a sneaker collab as well. There are a lot of Crocs dropping this year. A lot. You know, Croc, outside of the crazy collaborations, they also got the Croc Juniper coming out this year as well. These are going to be one of the first Crocs, to my knowledge, with shoelaces inside of them. It's like they decided to reinvent the wheel and get praised for it, but hey, it's whatever. I think that Crocs have gotten super popular over the years. They're starting to become the schema for like a comfortable everyday shoe. Everyone's starting to gravitate towards Crocs. Everybody's got a pair in their collection, which is, it's whatever, dude. You can't wear Crocs all the time. I do think they're going to cause flat feet because there's not much foot support. But if you're just going out running errands or you're just looking for something to slip on after you get off from the gym, it's a good shoe. Don't get me wrong. But there are so many Croc collabs coming out this year, and that's great if you like Crocs. I don't own a single pair. I don't see myself owning a pair, but hey, maybe in a couple of years, the hype beast in me will stop having its own opinion and it'll just be a sheep and just buy. Let me buy what everybody else is buying. And that brings me into my next topic. What makes a sneaker a shoe? A lot of times in my videos, I'll talk about Timberlands or Crocs or Yeezy slides, and people are like, those aren't a sneaker. And I need to ask you right now, what makes a sneaker a shoe or makes a shoe a sneaker? Brain fart, but you get my point. Is it the shape? Is it the style? Is it the price? Is it the hype? To me, a sneaker is just an interchangeable word with a shoe. But then there's like different variations of a shoe. There's a slide, but a slide is still a sneaker because it goes on your feet. I know that a lot of people think about like sports performance when it comes to shoes, but there are plenty of people that will work out, run, do all sorts of activities in Crocs. Crocs even have a sport mode on them, so I'm confused. What makes a sneaker a shoe? And more importantly, what does it take to be a sneakerhead? There are a lot of debates on the internet right now about what does it mean to be a sneakerhead and what does it take and what disqualifies you from being a sneakerhead. Most people are debating on whether if you buy replica sneakers or not, does that disqualify you from being a sneakerhead? And once again, that is a personal subjective opinion. I can't tell you how to feel on that, but I do liken it to this, like people that watch anime, right? And they go on Kiss Anime. They're not necessarily paying for the anime itself, but they're still watching it. They enjoy it. They love it. Does that stop them from being an anime fan? I question it. To me, being a sneakerhead is just simply having a love for sneakers. I don't even think you need to own sneakers to call yourself a sneakerhead. But everybody has shoes, don't get me wrong. The reason why we differentiate like people who just have shoes and wear them versus somebody who loves shoes and loves to research and think about different shoes and all sorts of activities associated with sneakers and shoes, I think it's that passion that they have for the culture and fashion that really drives them to own that label of being a sneakerhead. Now, somebody who buys replica sneakers, they're not really spending their money in the same way that other people spend their money. I agree on that, but I don't think that stops them from being a sneakerhead. I think people that buy reps have a voice in the conversation about sneakers. I think somebody that buys reps will probably be able to tell you a good amount about sneakers, at least their opinion about it, what they like and dislike. I think their 2 cents is just as valuable as somebody who's been in the game for years and who's been collecting for years and who went to every single Michael Jordan, Kobe game. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot more factual knowledge to offer compared to somebody who may buy reps. But then again, somebody that buys reps could have been doing this for years too, and they could probably tell you just as much about the sport, the game, the history, the hype, the love, the downfalls, everything. So I question it. I ask y'all, like, what does it take to be a sneakerhead? You know, do you have to buy multiple brands? There's some people who've only been collecting Jordans their whole life. There's some people who only collect Yeezys, Asics, New Balance. I personally, when I got in the game, I only collected Yeezys. I didn't buy my first Jordan until the end of 2022. Did that stop me from being a sneakerhead? No, because at the end of the day, I bought what I loved what I wore, and I liked it a lot. It didn't matter how much I spent on sneakers, how I bought my sneakers, where I got my sneakers from. Because there's some people that refuse to buy their sneakers for resale. Does that stop them from being a sneakerhead? There's some people that only buy used sneakers, right? That will never buy used sneakers. Does that stop them from being a sneakerhead? I just question it. I wonder it. And I'm trying to just spark the conversation. There's really no definitive answer because at the end of the day, sneakerhead is a label that you put on yourself, just like 49ers fan is a label that one puts on themselves. Now, you can't go into every bar talking about I'm the biggest 49ers fan in the world because there's somebody that's going to know more than you, but there's going to be somebody that's more knowledgeable and more passionate about anything, no matter what fandom you put yourself in. Like it comes to anime, for example, I'm a huge Naruto fan. I guess you can call me a Naruto head. I know a lot about Naruto, but I've only bought one Naruto book. And if I get in a conversation with the right person, they're going to overwhelm me with their knowledge about Naruto, anime, etc. So it's a subjective label that people put on themselves. But I think instead of using the label to divide, we need to use the label to bring people together. And bringing people together in a space is something that will bleed into my next point because I'm about to start talking about some rap beef, some music beef. I'm talking about Megan's Law or Bigfoot. Now, personally, I do not have a horse in the game. No pun intended. I'm just being for real. This beef, to me, is what it is. It's in its own domain. It's in its own space. I'm not the shade room. I'm not here to bring about the drama, but there's some things that I think anybody, whether you like rap music or whether you have an opinion or a bias, could take out of this. All right, guys? I really think when it comes to rap, you often see that, especially with female rappers, there's a lot of conflict, right? But think about how many giants there are in the game. You got Nicki, you got Megan Thee Stallion, you got Ice Spice, you got Lotto, Cardi B, Glorilla. The list can go on and on for days, right? There's enough space in this game where everybody can eat. Think about this. If I bust out a big old meatball sub right in front of you, no pause intended. If I get a big slice of pizza and I bust it down right in front of you, bro, and you're starving, what I eat is not going to stop you from going out and getting something to eat. You feel me? There's enough food on this world to where everybody can eat. But is everybody willing to pay the price in order to eat? You know what I'm saying? And all these ladies that I've named and some that I did not name have worked very hard to get the success that they have. And just because one woman is successful in this world does not stop another woman from being successful in this world. There's enough room in this world, in this game, whatever lane you choose to enter into for you to be successful. Don't let the giants, don't let the big dogs scare you away from pursuing your dreams and achieving what you want to achieve. And even though there's some beef right now between a lot of female rappers, in some ways, outside the drama, it's a beautiful thing because it shows that there's enough room and space in this game to where there is true competition between two successful people. And there's also enough room for collaboration if it were allowed, if it were encouraged as well. And I want you to take something from this. I want you to really pursue your dreams. Don't let the people on top scare you from getting into this. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because there's somebody who's doing it better than you. You should use them as proof that you can do this and be successful too. And maybe one day you can collaborate with somebody, or maybe that can be your competition one day. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to get outside of your comfort zone. I mentioned that in my last podcast. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to break out of your comfort zone and go do something great, guys. You can break into whatever industry you want to. We are in February, guys. I'm recording this podcast on February 3rd. And I ask you, we're on the second month of the year. You need to be at a point right now where you're reevaluating your goals from last month, your yearly goals, your monthly goals. You need to be setting new monthly goals, because February is going to go by quick. It's the shortest month of the year, guys. I don't want you guys to get burnt out, but I also want to make sure you're holding yourself accountable, because there are plenty of people surrounding you who have given up on their goals already, and we're only in the second month of the year. But January is a long, arduous month for a reason, because it's going to weed out the weak ones, guys. Remember, in order to succeed, you need to do two things. You need to be consistent, and you need to do the things that other people are not willing to do. And I want you to keep pushing yourself, striving towards greatness, and making sure you're looking towards people that inspire you and developing your goals and your skill sets every single day, because change starts today. It is a constant moving force, and the world is not going to wait on you to get it together. Now is the time for my favorite segment of the podcast. What is in the box? So right here, we got a Yeezy 350 box, right? Yeezy 350 is one of the most comfortable shoes of all time. My first Yeezy 350 was a Yeezy 350 Zebra. I believe this right here is the box for the Beluga Reflective, but we ain't gonna get into all that. Let's just go ahead and unbox what is in the box. Bun, da-da-dun, da-dun, dun, 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 dun. A Nintendo GameCube. That's right, Nintendo GameCube. I know the Gen Z baby boys watching my podcast right now are like, what on earth is this? Think of this as the original Nintendo Switch. I want you to think of this as the original Nintendo Switch. To my millennials, or I guess older Gen Zs out there, I don't know what category I fall in personally, but still, who remembers going into Kmart and breaking your neck just to play that new GameCube demo? I remember going to Kmart and playing the One Piece Grand Adventure demo. Metroid Prime was a demo they had in there. And in order to play these demos, you have a controller like this that would stick out from the game cases, right? And you would have to stare about 6 feet up into the air and break your neck in order to play a demo that was about 30 seconds long. It was great. It was amazing. I love going to Kmart because they were recycled through the game demos, and they would be a good chance for you to play the demos. This is before you could just download stuff straight to the console. I even got another nostalgia throwback. Who remembers going into McDonald's to play Sonic Heroes? Who remembers going to McDonald's to play the new Super Ball Monkey game? Super Ball Monkey. I have no clue what that thing was. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The monkey that spun the ball and did all that other stuff. I never played the game, but I played the demo at least, boy. But this console right here has so many memories in it, guys. So many memories. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. You can see this one is a Super Smash Brothers. Super Smash Brothers Melee was the popping game at the time. One of the best GameCube games I can remember to date, Tales of Symphonia. If you like JRPGs and you did not play Tales of Symphonia, I have no clue what you're doing. We also got Zoid's Battle Legends. Oh my God, if you're talking about mech customization, that is also a great game. Both of those games are just listed, probably sell for like $40, $30 on eBay to this day, guys. And this thing is almost what? Came out in the 2000s. This thing has to be at least 24, 25 years old. Bro, there are so many memories associated with this. I remember the big three game giants: PS2, Xbox, GameCube. GameCube is one of the most nostalgic systems of all time. There are so many great games I just didn't even list. Mario Sunshine, you got Pokemon, you got Custom Robo. The list could go on for days, y'all, but I just want y'all to take this away from this, bro. Nostalgia can be a drug. Nostalgia can fuel you in a lot of ways, but you're never going to recapture that feeling you used to have as a kid, guys. You'll never be able to do that. You're an adult. You know more about this world. You're very woke. It's like taking the red pill in Matrix. Once you take it, it's hard to undo everything that you learn and everything that you've seen. But also take away from this. You can make new memories. You can make new passions. You can connect to things in new ways, but never hold on to the past so much that you fail to see the future. So that wraps up today's episode of the Shoebox Podcast, guys. Next time I see you guys, the breads should be releasing. We should be out of the sneaker drought officially. There'll be more sneakers to cop because Nike wants your income tax refund check. But I just want you guys to keep working on your goals, keep striving, keep pushing. I'm working on this podcast. I'm going to get as many episodes out as I possibly can. It's a pleasure to get on this mic and just talk with y'all, vibe with y'all, connect with y'all. And I want you to keep pursuing your dreams. Keep trying to be the best version of yourself you can be. Consistency is the key with anything you're trying to do in life, guys. You gotta be consistent and persistent. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.